Hello, this is Keith Hall, and in today's lesson, we're going to learn how we could create this letterpress text effect within Photoshop. We'll also learn about the sliding effect that appears in the background. So let's see how we could do this. Let's go over to the layer here, and what we want to do is we want to fill this layer with the color that I had. So I'm just going to go over to my previous example. Let's open up the color picker for the foreground color, and let's select this color here. Click OK. Let's go back to the new canvas, and let's fill this layer with that color. And the way that we could do this on the PC is pressing down the Alt and Delete key. And there we go, because what that will do, it will fill the layer with whatever's in the foreground color. So if you're on a Mac, the Control key, I believe, is the Command key, and the Alt key is the Option key on the Mac. So anyways, now let's what we need to do next is let's create this lighting effect that we have here. So we do that by going up to Filter, Render, and Lighting Effects. It opens up like a new window. Give it a second to appear. But anyways, it defaults to whatever I had the last time. So anyways, you could play around with this by adjusting these areas over here. So let's just, for sake the intensity, let's see what happens when I slide this over. See what happens to the lighting effect there. Now the hotspot is this. So just think that you were in a dark room and all of a sudden a sharp light pointed down at you, and it's only going to be lighted in a certain area, like on your entire body or your face. But that's what the spotlight effect looks like. Let's change that, our hotspot. Let's bring this back up. The exposure, that's what that does. The gloss effect kind of brightens everything up. And you could actually play around with this. Let's see what happens with the red texture. I'm not too sure what that does, but anyways, let's go back to none. And also you could play around with these. So if you drag these corners in, you could change the effect that way, or you could go on the other side and change it this way. And you could also dial it around too and do it the other way. So let's just leave it on this end. I know that's different than what I had on the example, but let's go over to the OK button up here in the options bar. Click OK. Now we have that. Now let's create the text. So I'm just going to use the horizontal text tool. You could use whatever text that you want. Let me type in my text. I'm going to press enter, or not enter, but let's press the tick mark. Let's use the free transform tool, which is Control or Command T if you're on a Mac. I'm going to use the Shift and Alt. Let's increase the size. Let's move this over here. Now let's decrease it. I'm holding Shift and Alt on a PC. Let's press enter to apply that transformation. And now let's apply the layer style effects. So I'm going to switch back over to my original example, and we're just going to follow this. So we have three different effects. We have an inner shadow, a gradient overlay, and a drop shadow. So let's add the inner shadow first. The inner shadow is, let's zoom in, is what you see here. It's almost like black. It's an inner shadow that appears on the lettering. Let's zoom back out. Let's go over here. Let's select, double click on this text layer to bring open the layer style box. And let's have the inner shadow. Now it accepts what I did the last time. So basically in this example, I'm using a blend mode of multiply. The text color is 515151. The shadow color is at. I have the opacity set at 90, the angle set at 120, and the distance, choke, and size are 3, 0, and 8 consecutively. So that's how that's set up. Now let's add a gradient overlay. Let's go over here. I have the blend mode set at overlay. My opacity is 18%. My gradient is a black on black gradient, so that's why you see everything here is black. It's a linear style. The angle set at 90, and of course the scale is 150. And let's see, the next effect is a drop shadow that I had. Let's do that. Let's go over here to get the colors. Just a second. Let's go over here. Let's see the drop shadow. The color seems to be all white. 35, 120, and 200. So the blend mode is normal. So let's go over here. Let's go back to the drop shadow. Normal. Color is white. And this is 2, 0, and 0. And let's go over here. Let's see. Let's go back to the drop shadow. So the opacity is set to 35. So again, this is something that you can play around with. This might be a little bit better. Shows drop shadow just a tad bit better. Again, you can play around with the opacity to get the effect that you want. But this is one way that you could apply a letterpress style effect to your text in Photoshop. Hopefully this tutorial was helpful for you today. It gave you some new skill sets that you can apply to your current and future projects. Remember, if you haven't done so already, please subscribe and click on that bell notification so you always get updated when a new video is ready. And also please like, share, and comment, because it does help out myself building better tutorials in the future. If you have an idea for a tutorial, you don't know how to do something, please comment below so I could respond and see how I could help you with your problems. Thanks again for stopping by. You have a great day, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye now.